Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Real back with another review, man. Yo, check this out. You wasn't expecting this, and yet here is one. Now, you're gonna have to forgive me. I am a bit sozzled. Okay, today we celebrated my daughter going from kindergarten to first grade because COVID stopped kindergarten graduations, which is very sad because you don't get. They look forward to that for whatever reason. To me, kindergarten, whatever. But to my daughter, it was a big thing, so we made one today. And anybody that has young kids know that the first half of the party is for them. Second half is for all the adults and family members to start drinking, playing card games, eating, all of those things. And yet and still, I felt too compelled to bring y'all some piece of content today. You wasn't expecting for it. You wasn't asking for it. And yet here it is. Okay? I just felt it in my spirit. I'm going to do it. All right? So if I slur some words, officer, then, give your boy a break. And for this, I feel like you should drop a like at the very least. I mean, I could easily go pass out right now. I done drank. I done ate. This thing... I'm back. And this thing could be over. So hit the like. What's wrong with you? Anyway, man, I saw Prey. You saw it, Ty. That's what we're here for. Prey on Hulu. Honestly, I loved it. I really did. I'm a fan of Predator. But I do believe he's a hoe. We're going to get into it. The first thing I like to do is salute the shout outs to the movie that the movie Prey pointed out what I believe tied it to the first Predator and the second. Okay, roll with me. So, this one was set in 1719, right? Native Americans running the land. So the first thing I noticed is, I wonder. Now, this may not be real, but if it is, that's dope. You remember Arnold? Lal, get to the chopper. What are you doing? Lal. So, So Arnold had a Native American on his hit squad on the first Predator. You remember him? His name was Billy. I know you remember Billy from the first Predator. He was the only one out of the whole group that sensed the Predator stopped while everybody was trying to run away. He stopped and said, you know what? I'm finna go 1v1 with a machete. Right? He was believed to be Native American. And I don't know, but I would like to believe that the tribe Billy and his family came from was this one of the movie. So I think that's how it ties to the very first Predator. That's my personal thought. And also the pistol we saw. The little handgun that the dirty Frenchman that spoke their language, which was whatever, but it was English for us. That's what we, there was no there was no caption, so we're good. That was the one where my boy Danny Glover, because I'm a huge fan of two. Danny Glover? With that man, with the in shape, out of shape man body? That's a classic body of the 80s. So, just solid. No definition. Not fat, just solid. In shape, out of shape guy. That was Danny Glover. He went 1v1 with a Predator. Chased them all around the city. And beat them. And then the other group gifted him a pistol. And that's how it tied to two. That same pistol with that same writing they gave him, that's the gun. So that's how they tied it to two. That's where I got it from. Oh, by the way, salute to Discord gang. Salute to all those out there in Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere else listening. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Get in the description below. Look down, hit the arrow, and join Discord if you haven't. And again, hit that like. And if this is your second, third, fourth, fifth time coming back to my channel, and you still ain't hit that subscribe, you know what? Just don't do it. I'm over it. Like, I don't know what more I can do to get you to be like, I want to be a part of this. No, I'm bullshitting. Hit that subscribe. What's wrong with you? And the like. What? Get the algorithms. Algorithms, baby. We need the algorithms. But yeah, and also, I think I already did it, but spoilers. I'm coming with spoilers this one. I'm giving it to you. Yeah, I'm semi under the influence of Kettle One and several other drinks. I think Don Julio. Ugh. But it was there. It was free, so I drank it. So come on. But yeah, I don't have the creativity to talk about this movie without talking about this movie. So spoilers are here, people. So if you ain't watched it yet, you might as well just turn this off. All right, just cut it off. Come back and see me when you have seen it. If you have no intentions on watching it, you're like, no, real, give it to me. Or if you're one of those people that's like, you can tell me the whole thing, I still want to watch it. Well, you're welcome. Take a seat. And for those of y'all who saw it, strap in. Yeah, so that's the first part. That's how I believe it ties into the first Predator and the second Predator. That's just me. Now, I could be completely wrong on both parts. That gun looks similar. I don't remember the words. I didn't watch Predator 2 in a while, but I do remember them being gifted a gun similar to that one. So somebody looked that up and say, damn, real, you right. How was the gun? And I was like, oh, I know it. I know it. But anyway, what do I give this? I'm going to give Prey. I'm going to give it an 8. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Because the storyline, to me, was perfect. It gave me, the action was perfect. The unnecessary, necessary violence ratio was genius. And the dialogue was kind of short and sweet. It was an action flick. It's, I wonder if Predator Goes Down is like a horror movie. It was like one part of this movie I was really terrified of when I saw it. And that's just because I put myself in that situation, but we'll get into it. But this one is about a young lady from whatever tribe. I don't know the tribe. I don't know. But she is not with the gathering, right? You got the hunters, you got the gatherers, you got the medicine woman. She's got skills in medicine. That's one of her fortes. But her heart is in hunting. She ain't looking for a man. She ain't looking to gather berries. She ain't looking to clean no goddamn clothes of the village. She's looking to get out there with the fellas and do some hunting and killing. And obviously she has a loving brother who supports her. So salute to him. And a loving mother who just wants her to be happy. She's asking her things, but she has no dream crushers on her, like, as her support system in her family. Nobody's a dream crusher. They're all pro her. Right? And apparently in this tribe, there's a thing called the coyote, where you're fully initiated in this tribe as a warrior, as a hunter, as a once you kill something, once you hunt something that is hunting you. Now, this one, her test comes in the form of a lion. There's a lion out there fucking people up, right? So initially we out looking for the lion. She wants to prove herself. This is her time to do a coyote. Shit, so I feel like I'm close. I know I'm not on point, but I feel like I'm close. And, it goes through that. She's learning things. She's hunting. They show, they give the clips of her skills. They keep showing this yellow flower where she knows the medicine, and they give a name for it. I don't know the name. And I'm almost like, where you learn that from? It's like, I'm learning from you. So we learned the medicine becomes important in this. Her wanting to prove herself. The whole point of her initiation is hunting something that's hunting you. And we know how the predator gives it up. tells the whole. They lay it out for us, flat out. So it's a straight line. It's a straight shot movie. There's no deep dives. There's no plot twists. And I mean, you know what you're about to get. We just want to see if we're gonna like what we're getting. And I appreciate those. Too many times people like to make films or, you know, do remakes and try to switch up the formula of what people love from the OG version. Predator. The Predator is somebody from outer space who comes to kill the toughest thing, right? As a trophy system. And that's their proving grounds. They're supposed to go kill as much vicious things as possible. And as proof, right, they love to take a good skull-spine combo. That's like the go-to for a Predator. Skull and spine. They like to rip it right up out you. Now, my issue. This is my issue, though, with all of the Predators. From 1 to this one. Not too much Alien versus Predator. I felt like that one was more legit. I appreciate that a little bit more. What I'm about to bitch about. But one thing I don't like about the Predator, man. He a hoe. He's scary as hell. Look. This is what I don't like. So your whole purpose of coming to Earth and terrorizing fucking people is to take out those that you find as a threat, deem as a threat, who hasn't stepped foot on your Earth. They haven't bothered you, right? But you want to prove yourself. You want to go up against the badasses, which on paper sounds good. But my guy, you're equipped with invisibility. And that's how you fight, invisible. You do stealth kills. What's gangsta about that? How do you test yourself? Nigga, give me an invisible cloak. I'll take out whoever you want. Whatever animal. It doesn't matter. Does that prove I'm the baddest being in the universe? Because I could kill whatever? Because they can't see me? Give me a fucking break. That's hoe shit. The Predator's a hoe. And this movie, more so a hoe. This motherfucker, the Predator shows up in a time where the wheel hasn't even been invented. There's nothing on the wagon, right? They do got firearms in this one, the dirty fur dealers. So they got firearms. So no, I'm bullshitting. The wheel has been invented, but it's there's no otherworldly mechanics, right? There's no computers. There's no the frequencies, no geoscanners, none of that shit that Danny Glover had in 2. They ain't even got shit that they had in the first Predator when they was just in the jungle with fucking a minigun. My man Jesse had a minigun. So the Predator comes in a time before all of this, equipped with invisibility, a spear that retracts, detracts, has. I think the balance of it is that of what's those people that of a javelin, a professional javelin thrower, right? He's got a shield that comes out and cuts through stone. It cuts through rock. That's his shield. He's got fucking the vision to see your body heat. The motherfucker comes equipped with everything. Now, I was ready to change my mind when I saw this Predator fight that bear. That's the only thing I respected about this Predator. He killed the snake, not impressed. He killed the wolf that was just trying to get something to eat. I was thoroughly pissed about that. Like, my man, you don't know how ecosystems work on your planet? My man's hungry. Were you saving the bunny or you just picking a fight with a smaller animal that has shit? And you're still invisible. Not impressed. Now, when he fought that bear, that was heavy duty. That was a good fight. He fought that bear with straight fisticuffs. So he was still invisible. But I was going to give him a pass. He didn't use not one weapon on that grizzly bear. He was just wrestling them, body slamming them, stole on them for the KO, and then like broke him. Then he picked him up. did like some, WWE wrestling shit, drenched himself in the blood of the bear. I was like, that's hard. That's hard. So I was willing to give him. He was finna get cool points for that one. He was. But when he slaughtered my girl's tribe invisible. No, I'm gonna tell you what really got disrespectful. But I'm gonna wait. I want to get back on her now. Her, the main character. Things I liked about her. She turned to a Mortal Kombat character, right? At first, I'm like, I know her job is to kill the predator. That's what this whole thing is centered around. But she looked proficient with an axe. But that was only against trees. Before, she threw a string on that motherfucker. Only thing she was killing was bark. She missed every time. She hunted down the deer, missed, hit a tree. Right? She practices on trees. Them bunny rabbits before the string, tree. Nothing. She was a bark killer. And it just reminded me of the time of Mr. Miyagi. when he just invaded Cobra Kai Dojo. And he was like, boy, no hit back. Like, yeah, you could beat the shit out of something that don't fight back. And that's what she was pretty good at in the beginning. And her brother's the superstar. Now, her brother got go. I do like him. She was hunting a lion. She had the right trick. Got, sidetracked. But he ended up claiming the kill. She was tight. And that's what led her on her journey to find this larger than a bear, never seen his footprint before species. She lost to a fucking bobcat or some shit. Or maybe it was a legit lion. I don't know. It was dark. But I'm like, she thinks she's finna. I was like, okay, this should be interesting. How's she gonna do this? Tied a string on the axe and changed my mind. Now, that string, questionable. Her ability to throw it into something like a bark and pull it back and whip it back that fast, very improbable. But I was here for it. She turned into a full Mortal Kombat character with it, like a fucking ninja. So I was like, okay, I like this. I like this weapon. And I'm like, it's so simple. Anything you want to throw at somebody, put it on a string. From now on, okay, if any of you guys are going to, Danny Trejo's character in Desperado, the man with the daggers, that's pretty dope. I do like a good dagger throw. You don't need no strings on those if you're proficient. You got to be like bullseye proficient, though. But clearly she wasn't. She needs a rego, so she had to put the string on it. But it was smart. I liked it. So that's like I said, I'm digressing. Right? Yes, she's on the mission to find him. So once he kills that bear, he's revealed. And now game is on. She was unable to see him. She was tracking him. But the fight is on. Now, when she finds that out, what I do like is when she got into it with her tribe, when they found her, she had a nice little fight that I'm not going back, and they had to jump her. I didn't like that. So when the Predator jumped in, I'm like, okay, so he's pro her like he was on Alien vs. Predator. This is a different one, obviously. His mask was different. His face is nasty. This is not the super evolved version. So they went through some, but their weaponry is the same. I always thought that. I was thinking that was weird. I was like, damn, you ain't got the same eyes, the same facial structure, but y'all got the same weapons. So we need to dig even deeper. I want to go on Predator Planet and find out what the fuck's happening up there. I like to see how they live. I want to see their civilization. They should make a movie like that. I'd be very sold on that. Because we never know what words they say until they say some creepy shit when they repeating what we said. Would you like some candy? Would you like some candy? Would you like some candy? That was always the creepiest shit in 1 and 2. Like, when he'd hear somebody and repeat it with that digital voice, it always fucked me up. But after her little tussle, Predator thought like, hey, these motherfuckers would be nice to fight. Did it invisibly, and they was getting with him. In the beginning, they was doing some good team fighting. I appreciate it. But he whacked him. She takes off running, right? Now, this is where the scariest scene of the movie comes into me. She's running, right? One of her tribe mates stop her and say, "Shh, we got him." But she has zeroed in. She's putting together the pieces. This whole movie, she's watching this thing kill. She knows its capabilities. She's getting an understanding of why he hasn't killed her. Oh, I'm not perceived as a threat. Okay. If I'm perceived as a threat, he takes me out. If not, boom. Okay. And then she's seeing how his weaponry works. So when they out there in the cornfield, my man think he got to drop on him with that bow and arrow. Right? She sees the 3 dots on him. Saves his life. Now, the fear. When they show the top view of that shit, and they show them running from him, and they just show an invisible line getting cleared and closing distance, like you fucking Usain Bolt is after their ass. Like he's hot on their ass. And I just see he's just leveling the wheat in the field. I'm like, that's fucking terrifying. Can you imagine being out in the tall wheat fields and some giant thing that you can't see is moving at the speed of light on your ass and you not prepared? I said, oh, that's terrifying. Because he closed distance on Buddy killed him and was closing distance on her to go ahead and clean her up. Because at first they tried to confuse you like, well, maybe the Predator's a good guy. He's never hurting the girl. And it seemed like he was just confused. He killed her whole tribe, but they were attacking her. So they tried to get us a little bit pro-Predator. And then we see the fur dealers, the poachers, who was just skinning the poor bison just for the fur. No meat. So they looking like perfect evil guys, right? That's one of my favorite scenes. It's 2 of my favorite scenes. Predator versus the fur poachers, right? He fucked them up, and he looked like he was having fun. He tried out every weapon in his arsenal, including the little, I'm going to drop my little, he had that little detonate device, but he only plays that when he's about to die. And he always laughing. Like, you don't even know what's going to happen. So that's some whole shit, too. When you about to lose, but, okay. So he's got a self-detonate thing, like a cyanide pill, the world's most dangerous cyanide pill. Because it doesn't just take you out, nigga. It takes out anything within a 1 mile radius. So he's trying out all his tricks. And he's fucking them up in high power fashion. And we feel good about it. Because who likes a fur poacher? Right? And they're French. So we're like, what the fuck? We hate these guys. They kept our girl hostage, cut our man in front of her, and tied them to a tree as fucking, bait. Yeah, they should all go. So I thought that was a perfect addition in this movie. Because you always, in these type of movies, the more bodies, the better. The more ways you can highlight the Predator's skills, the better the movie's going to be. No disrespect to 1 and 2, but he took them out in too easy of a fashion. And it was real methodical. It wasn't like, he was trying to be stealthy. This one is, I'm stealthy, but I'm out here. But when he fought the Frenchman, I did appreciate how he took the cloak off. I don't know if it got damaged, but he was cloakless. So they saw their target. They just couldn't fuck with it, right? So I appreciate that scene. That was a really good scene. Now, the real scene, and just what made me hate the Predator is when her brother went 1v1 versus his ass. He was fucking the Predator up. Slash, stab, slide stab. Give me these ankles. Predator's like, oh, where the fuck is he going now? Knock my helmet off twice. Oh, shit. Stab me in the shoulder. Oh, shit. Shot me with an arrow. Left bicep. Right tricep. He was picking this man apart. He couldn't touch him physically. He couldn't touch him. Nigga goes invisible. All bets are off. I said, you hoe ass nigga. Now, if I'm getting fucked up like that and I have the power of invisibility, I'm likely going to use it. So I guess that too, if so facto, makes me a hoe ass nigga too. Then probably, yeah. I understand why he did it, but I don't like to see it. Stand there and take that ass whooping. But the brother got killed and that infuriated her. She goes back to the village to the village of poachers that kidnapped her to go get her weapon. Cause she is no good unless she has an axe on a string. So she goes back to get that. And she does some high level killing, right? The second half of this movie is high level murder. It's a good flat storyline in the beginning, gives you the right amount of action, hunting, you get to understand the people, and it doesn't waste no time. It gets straight to the shit. So I do appreciate that in one of these movies, because that's what they're there for. It's not there to be introspective. You know, it's to be like, come on, you know what you're here to see. We just want to see how he's going to get killed. You know, that's all we watch Predator for. How brutally is he going to kill? And ultimately, how is he going to lose? That's the only reason we watch it. And they stuck strong to that formula. But yeah, so she goes back, does that, wipes them off. And that's when she discovers, yeah, my flowers make your body cold because it slows down the blood in your body. I don't know if these flowers exist. I highly doubt it. It's at this point, it's like a sensu bean. So, but yeah. So she gave the buddy some, discovered that he was safe until he screamed. And then she just assumed, oh, okay. So she decided to test it out. And in true Arnold fashion, she set up some booby traps. So now she's armed with her own invisibility. And I'm like, level playing field. And that's when she proceeds to fuck him up and he dies by his own weapon. So, with that, I thought it was beautifully written. And fun little little tidbit. I did research on quicksand. When she was sinking and she was, you know, unsuccessfully thrusting her axe into the wood to save herself until the last minute, I was like, is quicksand really like this? So I Googled quicksand. Yeah, I did. And I went to the most official site I could find. And apparently, surviving quicksand is absolutely nothing. You can do it. It's not a problem. It happens all the time. You can get out that jam. They say sit still and wait for the tide to rise, which it will. And then you'll be able to loosen yourself up and you're out of there. But you'll never, like, sink to the bottom, never to be discovered again. It doesn't do that. It's not that type of sand. So even if you fight a little bit, you just would be exhausting yourself, but you're not going to sink to the bottom. So I was very sad to find out that little quip about quicksand. I shouldn't have looked up Google, because quicksand is like, I was terrified of that as a kid. Fun fact. I was like, damn, what if I'm in the woods and I'm just walking and I step in some shit and I'm down and now I'm being smothered to death by sand, dirt, and water. Like, that's fucked up. That's a fucked up way to go. Now to find out, no biggie. You step in some quicksand, you be IB. You know, change your shoes and socks. A lot of weird shit got in there, but, you know, little to nothing. But yeah, so she gets him into the quicksand, uses his own weapon to take him out. And that's the end of the film. And I was thoroughly satisfied. The murder, the killing, and she comes back with his severed head as trophy. She passes a coyote, and she's embraced as the warrior she always wanted. So it's a feel-good story at the end. They fucked me up with that brother kill, though. But he was too cold. And I don't think she'll ever be on that level. She was too cold. He was too cold. Fuck that predator up. But yeah, man, that's my little review, man. A little something for y'all, man. If anybody cares. If it was something else I seen there that I missed, please drop it in the comments. If my first two guesses early in here was trash and I was off, please get in the comments. Let me know why I left off. But if you want to have a more meaningful conversation, please hit that link in the description and join the Discord. Come on in. Very welcoming, very fun. Everything movies and TV shows. Like, if that's your world, why are you not in this Discord with like-minded individuals? That's what I don't get. Like, what are you doing? And we're texting. Text at your leisure. Read the comments. Laugh. Live. Love. Like that shit they be over the ladies' kitchens. Live, laugh, love. All right? But with that, man, protect your health, yourself, your wealth, man. Your boy Rel is out of here. Peace.